Hello everyone, so this is Yudi and today I'll be presenting nylon-based fabrication denture, commonly known as flexible dentures. So in this discussion, we'll explore what nylon dentures are, why they were developed, their material properties, advantages and limitations, the complete clinical and laboratory workflow involved in fabricating them. So by the end of this presentation, you'll have a clear understanding of how nylon dentures work and when they are most appropriate to use. So for the introduction, nylon dentures are flexible, removable prostheses made from polyamide. So they were introduced in the 1950s as an alternative to traditional acrylic dentures, especially for patients who struggled with discomfort or allergies. So these dentures gained popularity because of their natural appearance, especially around the gum line, where their slight translucency blends well with the patient's natural tissues. So one major reasons why nylon dentures were developed is because some patients cannot tolerate acrylic. Kasi nga, they have sensitivity or allergy to the acrylic monomer called MMA or the methyl methacrylate. So even small amounts of leftover monomer in an acrylic denture can cause gum redness, burning sensation, swelling, pamamaga, sores, ulcers, itching, or irritation. So for patients with these symptoms, nylon dentures are a safe option because they are hypoallergenic and do not contain MMA. So nylon is also ideal in cases with deep undercuts where rigid acrylic may break or cause pain during insertion. So since nylon is flexible kasi, it can easily adapt to undercuts. So pwede siyang nabibend, na-stretch, ganun. Unlike sa acrylic na kapag punersa mo, na isuot sa undercut, then may tendency na ma-break or ang mas masama doon, masaktan ka. Ayun. So, and because it looks less bulky and more natural, so many patients prefer it for aesthetics. So, for the materials naman, nylon is a thermoplastic polyamide. So, we discussed last sem during our DentMat class that a thermoplastic ang characteristic niya, it softens when heated and hardens again when cooled. So this thermoplastic behavior lets it be injected into molds under pressure. So it is flexible, lightweight, and extremely resilient, and its natural translucency allows it to mimic the gum tissues, giving a more lifelike appearance. So again, nylon also has excellent impact resistance. So compared to acrylic, ibagsak mo or malaglag mo yung acrylic, um, yung acrylic basag, okay? Mahahati sa gitna, magkakaroon ng cracks or whatsoever. But then, kapag dito sa nylon, since it has excellent impact resistance, it is almost unbreakable under normal use, and this strength is one of the reasons why flexible dentures are known for their durability. So, for the advantages, it offers several advantages. Number one, they do not require metal clasp, making them more aesthetic. Okay, ngingiti-ngiti ka dyan, walang makikitang kumikinang sa loob ng ipin mo kasi nga walang metal clasp. So they are hypoallergenic, so making them ideal for patients sensitive to acrylic monomers. Okay, gaya ng nabanggit kanina. So their flexibility allows them to engage natural undercuts comfortably, improving retention. Ayan. So because they are thin and lightweight, patients often find them more comfortable. They are highly durable, resistant to fractures, and everyday wear. So if they have advantages, they also have limitations. So they are difficult to adjust and polish because the material is flexible and doesn't grind the way acrylic does. Okay? So dahil napaka flexible niya, ayan nga, ang hirap niyang i-adjust kasi nga may tendency pabago-bago siya ng fit. Okay? So, nylon is not dimensionally accurate. So, this means the fit is not as precise as acrylic dentures. So, madaming factors why it is not dimensionally accurate. So, from the fabrication to the fitting. So, again, nylon absorbs water, so which can slightly change its size over time. So, it is sensitive to heat. So, temperature changes during processing can affect its final shape. So, its inherent flexibility makes it harder to maintain exact form. And the injection molding process depends on pressure and temperature, and small variations can alter the final dimensions. And in addition, nylon cannot be relined or rebased using standard materials because bonding is poor. So it's like you cannot mix nylon with acrylic, ganyan. So kasi 'di ba acrylic easily repairable, but for nylon cannot be. Ayan. So it may also discolor if not cleaned properly. And for long span cases, its flexibility may reduce its stability. Okay, we'll explain about that further. So for the indications, ito na. So partial dentures with flexible flanges, good. Patients with acrylic allergies or sensitivity, so good. Temporary or transitional prostheses, good. So cases with deep or challenging undercuts, okay. Patients who prefer metal-free and highly aesthetic dentures. And for the contraindications, so they are not recommended for full dentures requiring more rigidity. So, 'di ba, kapag partial denture, since may mga abutments pa na pwedeng, no, may mga kakapitan pa, okay, for the full dentures, since wala na siyang masyadong kakapitan or wala na siyang kakapitan aside from the gums, okay, so hindi siya advisable because it's very flexible, may tendency din na bumaon sa gums, okay, at masakit yon. Okay, so patients with poor soft tissue support, ayan. So, baon ng baon yung flexible dentures mo, okay? And for heavy biters or patients with bruxism, so again, once you apply ang occlusal force sa full dentures na nylon, because it's flexible, um it will not maintain its retention, and dahil easily nag-a-adapt siya, ayun nga, babaon yan sa gums. Okay, so cases that need frequent relining, rebasing, or major adjustments, okay, nylon dentures is a no-no. Okay. So for the fabrication, required materials and equipment, okay, so thermoplastic nylon cartridges or pellets are needed. An injection molding machine specifically designed for nylon is needed. High heat resistant processing flask, standard waxing tools, silicone duplicating materials for flasking, nylon specific finishing and polishing tools. Ayan. For the clinical steps overview, so we have the initial examination, preliminary impression, custom tray fabrication, final impression, bite registration, then try-in, delivery of the denture, then follow-up appointments. Okay? So each step contributes to achieving proper retention, comfort, and aesthetic in the final prosthesis. So for the laboratory workflow naman, of course, in the laboratory, so we need to prepare the cast, then we need to block out the undercuts, then wax pattern fabrication, flasking and investing, nylon injection, and deflasking, finishing and polishing. So because nylon behaves differently from acrylic, each step must be done carefully to prevent distortion or defects. Okay. For the impression making, so impressions are usually made using alginate or silicone. So sabi dito, a mucostatic impression technique is preferred so the tissues are captured in their relaxed state. So undercuts must be accurately recorded because they provide the retention needed for flexible dentures. So the impression should be poured immediately to avoid distortion. Then here comes cast and blackout. So on the cast, excessive undercuts are blacked out so the denture can be inserted smoothly without causing trauma. However, beneficial undercuts are preserved since nylon engages them for retention. So the undercuts, the functional or the beneficial undercuts are preserved for retention. Ayan. So proper blackout helps ensure comfort and prevents injury during use. Okay, then waxing up. So teeth are set following standard prosthodontic principles, maintaining proper aesthetics, occlusion, and stability. So gingival extensions are shaped in wax, which will later be replaced by nylon. So a well-executed wax up ensures the final denture fits well and looks natural. Then flasking, special flasks capable of handling high temperatures and injection pressure are used. So the wax setup is invested, and after setting, the flask undergoes boiling out to remove the wax and create a hollow mold where the nylon will be injected. Then step 5, nylon injection process. So the nylon cartridge is heated to approximately 260 to 300 degrees Celsius depending on the manufacturer's guidelines. So magkakaiba din sila. So once softened, it is injected into the mold under controlled pressure. Then proper cooling is crucial. So usually it takes 30 to 60 minutes to avoid distortion. So the flask should only be opened after the denture has cooled completely. And then step 6, deflasking. So after cooling, the denture is carefully removed from the flask. Okay, caution is needed because the flexible extensions can distort if pulled too forcefully. So handle with care din talaga. So at this stage, we check for incomplete injections, voids, or surface irregularities. And step 7, finishing. So, finishing nylon requires specialized tools. Using too much heat or pressure can cause warping or change in or distortion. Okay, excuse me. So, proper finishing prevents irritation and improves aesthetics. And step 8, delivery to patient. So during delivery, we evaluate tissue adaptation, retention, extension of borders, and occlusion. So most of the time, only minor adjustments are needed because nylon adapts well to tissues. So we then provide instructions for proper cleaning and handling. Actually, dentista ang may gawa niyan. We just deliver the case to the dentist and then the dentist will, you know, fit in yung postiso sa pasyente. So, kasalanan ng dentista kung hindi niya ma-orient for proper cleaning and handling. Ayan. Patient instructions, ayan niya. Patient should clean the denture using a soft brush and mild soap. So, never toothpaste because it is abrasive. And, di ba, meron din kasing parang cooling or heating property si toothpaste na kapag nasobrahan mo, masyadong mainit, 'di ba? So, it may affect the, yun nga, thermoplastic characteristic ng nylon denture. So again, avoid alcohol-based or harsh chemical cleaners. So when not in use, the denture should be kept in water to prevent it from drying or deforming. However, ayun nga, since nylon absorbs water, ayun lang, talagang it will not be dimensionally stable for the longest time. Ayan. So hot water must be avoided because it can warp nylon and alter the fit. So for the common errors and troubleshooting, so common errors include warping from exposure to heat, so poor fit caused by inaccurate impressions or blockouts, so nasa fabrication yan. So discoloration due to improper cleaning agents, so dun sa mga hindi masyadong ma-hygiene, ayan, at saka mahilig daw kumain ng mga makukulay na pagkain. So parang this is not, again, advisable kasi. Ayan. So, rough surfaces resulting from insufficient polishing. Okay, ano pa ba? Recognizing these issues helps prevent them and ensures better outcomes. So in summary, nylon dentures provide a flexible, comfortable, aesthetic, and hypoallergenic alternative to acrylic dentures. So although they require specialized equipment and have limitations in adjustability and dimensional accuracy, they can be highly successful when fabricated and maintained properly. So, proper case selection, accurate impressions, and a careful workflow are the key to achieving a functional and natural looking prosthesis. Ayan. So, if you have any questions, feel free to message us. So, ayun po. Sad that we were not able to report this face to face with you guys kasi nga dapat culminating activity natin. So, medyo madami din kami ihanda dapat na sorpresa, but since it's recording lang, then I hope you learned a lot from this recording. Ayun. Thank you and God bless.